this time, why return now?
We're not a team. We're a time bomb.
They've gone their separate ways.
They'll come back because we'll need them to.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to MAGARA Show. My name is Martindale. To my left.
Why are you screaming?
I don't know why am I screaming. Alright, you want to try to skip? I'm just hyped. That's all.
I hate my water. I need a mic.
What the?
I feel like LeBron James. Like Mike.
Yo, I wanted to have mics like from the. Look, come on, man.
The one that the pastors have. I want the one that pastors have.
Yeah, we need something.
Star Trek.
We need something. Jesus.
Alright. Ready? Let me give me some water. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Let me check the game really quick.
Alright. Welcome to MAGARA, everybody.
One more time. What is this thing? It's just like,
Oh my god.
I'll come when you guys are ready to shoot.
Whoa, calm down. Nobody's counting on anybody. Welcome to MAGARA.
That's too much information for YouTube. YouTube can't handle our power levels.
Welcome to MAGARA, everybody. My name is Martindale McClymont. To my left, we got
Luke Morris.
and to my immediate right, we've got
Alex Monter.
Alright, we are here to talk about The Flash, Season 1, Episode... Or Season 2,
Oh my god.
Season 2, Episode 1, The Man Who Saved Central City. Alright, some of the positives that you... or the highlights that you got from the first episode.
Well, first off, it's good to be back home.
It is good to be back.
My weeks are back to normal. I can look forward to my Flash on Tuesday and my Arrow on Wednesday, so all is right in the world. So let's just start off with that. It's just good to have them back to normal.
I know, I got my life back. I was telling my friend Ariel at work, and she was like, "Oh my god, The Flash is back!" I was like, "Yeah, my life back!" yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited too.
Dude, it was a countdown.
Yo,
it was a T minus.
too long.
Oh my god, it was forever.
It's too
But
long.
what's crazy is like how fast time went by. Because when that cliffhanger at the end of season 1, I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's never gonna get here.
Yeah.
I feel like that ending
How long
could have
ago
been
was
a
that?
movie ending.
That was in May.
such a good
That was in
movie
May?
It's already been 5 months.
Holy crap.
That's fast.
Wow, that is
I
fast.
didn't know how I was gonna make it through those months, but
Yeah.
I've been watching reruns and
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold myself together. But
I watched the last episode probably like 7 times.
But to
Every day.
bring it back in on positives, just the whole thing of like having the team back together. It's cool to see just like the characters that we've grown to we've known over a year now. To get to see how even a 5-month gap kind of catch up where they're at, and just like the dynamics that are the same, dynamics that are different, character development. That's really awesome. I love how they started off with an action beat. Even though it was technically didn't happen, it was just a cool to start off with a bang.
With him versus Heat Stroke. No, Heat Storm. What's his name? Heat what? What? Microwave, right. Microwave versus Microwave
and Freezer.
And Freezer.
Heat Wave and Captain Cold.
Yeah.
Captain Cold.
So,
Yeah, that was
the way they to be able to start off with an action beat, then to set up where everything's at, instead of just a montage of these people have been blah 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 for 5 months, but we have to go in as the audience and find out for ourselves each one by one and how they coped with the singularity and the ramifications of that.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that there's going to be I remember what's her name? Kate, the girl who plays Caitlin.
Yeah.
She was talking about there's going to be a gap or whatever, a time jump or whatever. So I was like, oh man, they're going to have to feed us. They're going to start feeding us little bits of what happened after the singularity. I thought that's what they were going to do, but no, they wrapped everything up.
At first I thought they were going to just jump straight, as soon as it stopped, it was just going to jump right in, but they did a time gap and then what to talk about.
I found it to be pretty interesting that it was 6 months after the singularity and how they all were dealing with it individually.
Yeah, that was.
I found that to be kind of cool.
Instead of coping
Because Cisco did his thing, Caitlin did his thing, Barry was doing his thing. I found that to be pretty interesting.
A lot of the first episode was bringing the band back together and making everything right.
I think some of my highlights. It's good to see Cisco again. It's so good. I miss Cisco and his little
He's cool.
his one-liners or whatever, the whole fear the beard thing, or at the end of the show where he's talking about the security being boosted up, and then he's like, what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's talking about the security being boosted up, and then he's talking about, yeah, nobody's gonna get in here or whatever. Then Jay Garrick walks in, and he's like, for real?
By the way, that's like one of my favorite things from the episode is how they poked fun at that, because on Arrow and on Flash, people are just walking into the cave, walking into like the room all the time. Villains, just like Iris did.
Yeah, when Iris found out his identity or whatever, she just walked in. I was like, oh, security breach, something.
So many people have been in the Arrow cave. So many people have been in that room. I love how like they do a great job at poking fun at some of the stuff that like
their mistakes and stuff.
It's not really mistakes, but like storytelling issues. Like it's like in Arrow, how they said like there's a big disaster. It must be May because that's like the season finale, or just like things like that. They just poke fun at like the way they have to tell the story. That was awesome. How they like Cisco. They made 2 jabs at that. That was great.
Yeah, that was cool. That was. Yeah, I like how they are always. It always seems like they're like listening to the audience. Like even inside of
they acknowledge them very well.
Yeah, they do it really well on both shows. I think they just really like they pay attention to the audience. They know what they want, and like it seems like how Wells is always ahead of the game. It seems like they're as well. So like anything I question or whatever, I'm like, no, they're gonna answer.
Yeah, they've done a good job so far.
Yeah, they've pretty much answered all of my questions.
I think season 1 went really well, and so season 2 is probably gonna be exactly the same.
And even like with Arrow, season 1 was good, and then season 2 took it to another level. So hopefully season 3 doesn't take it back down.
Yeah, for real.
But we're not gonna get there.
No, we're gonna talk about Arrow right now.
We're not gonna get there.
And their downfall in season 3, but he's a Stephen Amell
fanboy.
flame. He's a Stephen Amell flame. He will do anything for the Amell train. Alright, so the beginning of the episode kind of deals with the singularity, and we start off with Flash kind of doing everything on his own. The whole singularity thing from Firestorm.
Taking it the hardest.
Yeah, he's taking it the hardest.
He's Olivering it, like putting it all.
Yeah, he's like a junior Oliver.
Yeah, I mean he was trained by Oliver, so I guess that makes sense. So he's doing it on his own. What did you guys think about like him kind of taking all that guilt?
That's his personality though. That's what sets him apart from so many other different superheroes. In all these other different TV shows, whether it's DC or Marvel, is he tends to carry his emotions on his sleeves more than any other superhero on TV right now.
Yeah.
So to see that reaction from him after what happened, it's pretty average, pretty normal. Is what I would expect.
It's just the way he like puts his heart into it and cares about it. Like it's really cool. And then he feels like the only way he could protect them is by them not being close.
Yep.
I mean, it's good logic. I mean, even like everybody who's around him, is kind of stuff. Like Arrow as well. Like
everybody dies.
Everybody dies around Arrow. So I mean, his sisters died, his girlfriends died.
We'll get there.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm sure he doesn't want the same thing to happen as well. Those universes are connected, so But I thought it was. I mean, it made sense as far as it wasn't like they're gonna go down this route or whatever, the lone wolf type thing or whatever. No, I mean, it made sense. If you guys weren't around me, Ronnie wouldn't have died again. Because it's the second time Ronnie has died.
Poor Ronnie and Sarah. They've been like brought back and killed and brought back and killed.
It's ridiculous, but
they always will have work after they die.
And I mean, afterwards it kind of follows through and it follows him doing it solo, and we see somebody in the shadows taking pictures.
I love how they set it up that way, though.
Yeah,
I love how it's just like, oh, he's randomly here, but he's doing his homework.
It's like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, right, because he could have just popped up at any time or whatever and had a
a
small conversation, which is, I wonder why he was taking pictures, why he got in his distance. And it's been for like, what, 6 months? How long has he been in Central City?
I guess we'll find out.
What do you guys think about Flash rebuilding the city at night?
I love that.
Yeah?
I love that. Because the same way in Avengers too, like the way they put the emphasis on like the people, like that's what they're supposed to be protecting. And I like how he not only just protects them, but takes that extra step of like, putting it back together. And he can do it at a much faster rate than the average people can, and for cheaper.
Yeah.
So I love that aspect of him like caring about not just like the civilians, but like the life.
He cares
of the
about his city too.
The life of the city.
Yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting.
I
think that was a different spin, a different aspect that I didn't see coming, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, speaking from that the reality thing or whatever, what did you guys think about Firestorm back in the book?
He's gonna be back. I'm not even like.
Yeah,
I know.
He has to.
I mean, we saw that set photo or whatever.
We know there's gonna be another Firestorm, but
you think
Ronnie's gonna be back.
You think Ronnie's gonna be back?
The producer said that no one's ever really dead on the Flash. There's so many possibilities where he could have gone to Earth 2. He could have.
Yeah.
He'll be back eventually.
You know, time travel in multi-dimensions is a lot like an equation. You know, what you do to the one side, you have to do to the other side. So there has to be some type of equality, and you have to be
whenever
able to
they
balance
feel
it
like
out.
it, they can bring it back. So
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not for a while, but like, I mean, I like this
I
character.
mean, they're
He'll
really
be
saying
back.
what happened. I mean, like
He
they're
could've
just
anything.
kind of separated.
Yeah,
from
but it's
whatever.
interesting because he has to be compatible with the other guy so that they can
Sounds like Match.com.
Yeah, so you have to find the right match.
You have to find the right.
And it's
match.
interesting because it has to work out with them also so that they can merge. Well, that's just me speculating.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be back. I mean, maybe in like flashbacks or something like that. But I think for the most part he's gonna be gone. That's my prediction.
Mhm.
Whatever.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. So what about
At least him and his cousin got to have a scene together last season before he
Yeah.
One scene.
That was cool.
You can go back though.
So it seems like Cisco's having some bad vibes.
I want to see where they go with it.
I don't know.
I'm very
I don't
interested
really
to
know
see where
much
this
about
goes.
Cisco's
No,
like
neither
Cisco's
do
little
I.
powers and
Neither
whatnot.
do I.
Do you know anything about vibes?
Neither do I.
I mean, yeah, I've seen like it was cool to see him like put on the vibe goggles or whatever because I'm sure those gonna come back or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know too much about vibes. I know you can. Huh?
Just
Vibe? Is it vibe? Vibes.
Vibes is a good name.
Vibes. Call me vibes, baby. Yeah. So yeah, I want to see where that goes. I really think that I don't. Does he like? I thought that it had something to do with like vibrating things or whatever. Vibrating things. I thought it had something to do with like messing with vibrations or whatever or something like that. But I guess it's him going in through different dimensions or
Being
whatever.
able to see and
Maybe he can. Yeah, maybe he can go back in between dimensions and find out more about Zoom.
Yeah.
Because he saw a conversation that Zoom.
Well, physically or psychologically?
I guess we'll
Find out, which I want to kind of see too.
But I like how they picked right back up on it. It's like because they gave that huge tease at the end of the season, but it's not like
They could've-
episode 10.
They could have
oh,
dragged
yeah.
that out. They could have had that.
Like, I
done
like how
for,
they
like,
picked right, and it's subtle. It wasn't like a huge part of the episode, but it was like a little part of saying like
yeah.
so.
And so I mean, after that, we kind of kick off and we go to Flash Day.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about Flash
I love how if
That's
you guys
cool.
noticed in like the news, like little thing they had mirrors. I think that's
Little things
Mirror
like
Master's
it's a
coming.
Mirror Master tease or whatever.
It's not like
We'll
obviously
see,
not
we'll
yet, but
see.
Mirror Master's
We'll
coming,
see.
and it was just a little hint by the
I do
producers.
agree it's too much of a coincidence for it to be there at Flash Day particularly, so I will
Yeah.
give you that one.
And then
What was in the news feed, right, or something like that?
Yeah, it was a news. I
Yeah.
like that. It's just a little subtle thing, and then I love Cisco's shirt. It was so cool. I gotta give you one of those for the show.
Yeah, I love how.
We can all wear those.
Yeah.
The red shirt, the little light.
Guard unison. Yeah, I loved how Cisco's working for like the task force.
I
He's
love-
working for the
yeah.
police
I love
station.
the him and Joe dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love
I
that.
think
'cause
that's a good
that's when you
mix.
always
Good
see Joe smile is
Yeah.
when Cisco's around.
Yeah.
And I love how they're there's just like they play off of each
I
other.
love how he's pushing for it bad.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like
that's
you're not getting a badge,
Yeah.
Cisco. Yeah. I love just the little
Yeah.
comments that he gets. But that was really cool, and I think after that, we kind of deal with. What do you guys think about where Caitlin's how Caitlin's dealing with it, where she's at with the whole situation?
I know she went to Flash Day. She must have just stopped by for a quick second, and it looks like she left right before everything went down.
Yeah.
But it seems like so far from what we saw in episode 1 that she's kind of flying solo.
Yeah.
She's taking it the hardest.
I mean, it's
Her
that's
husband.
her
I mean, they got married, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they did get married.
Yeah.
I
So-
like how they did that right before.
Got married and then
that was like the same day, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That
It
sucks.
was like an hour before.
Yeah.
But
Giant Holmes guy.
like I like how they brought back in because Mercury Labs was a competition for Star Labs. So I like how she went over to. She just didn't like stop working, but she
Yeah.
like went over to another science place, so she doesn't have to be around that.
Yeah.
And Mercury Labs was the place that they stole the tachyon, or Dr. Wells stole the tachyon in season 1.
So I wonder if that secret room is still there.
I think he took everything out.
He took everything
Yeah,
out.
Wells
Okay.
took everything out.
Okay.
Actually, the secret lab. So
Okay.
that was Wells took all the tech out. But that whole Gideon thing we were talking about before we put the camera on it. Flash makes Gideon.
Okay.
So, because remember, he was like, "Can you not tell Wells like what we're doing here?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine. I'll take any order from you." He's like,
Yeah.
"Wait, why from me or whatever?" She's
Yeah.
like, "Because you invented me."
Yeah.
So that was.
And then it also hinted where it said founding member of
the Justice League.
and
Yeah.
then they cut it off.
Yeah.
And like the
I
preview
found that to
comic,
be awesome.
That
they
was
had a
really-
preview comic like before the episode, and it said like Justice League in the comic.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't.
And I was
do it
like,
for the episode.
say it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Oh!" Because I think somebody cut her off.
I was like, spit it out.
All right, so we're finally here. We're talking about the USB that that Wells delivers to Barry from his lawyer or whatever that dude was.
I love how like even though Wells is dead, he's still ahead of Barry. Like he's always like he was like 10 steps ahead of him, and he's dead, and he's still 10 steps ahead of him.
Yeah,
he's still haunting him.
Even his little remark about talking about like you'll never be happy. You know why? Because I know you. I
love how like.
Did you just raise your hand?
I was gonna say it's okay.
Go ahead. What did you say?
No, but like you were saying, like you're not gonna be happy. Like it's not gonna like it seems like so cut and dry and simple.
He's like, did he know?
It's not gonna be that cut and dry and simple. It's Wells. He's not gonna just like. There's gonna be something that's gonna happen. Have you made predictions on it, or are you guys gonna?
We'll say that. But you know, it's interesting because the whole. I mean, I guess that transitions us into going about his dad being free or whatever. Because he's like, I'm gonna give you the thing that you want the most, which is him confessing, which was. I was like, what? Did he confess? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I love how he like took off his glasses and talked to him, and then when he went back for his like.
He put the glasses
It's like
on.
a different persona. Almost.
Yeah, I love that. I was
close.
not expecting that to be like. I was like, how are they going to get him out of jail now that he's gone?
Yeah.
And, they need that confession, and he straight up confesses.
Yeah.
So that was dope. I don't really know how they're going to integrate Wells back into the show because we know that he's cast.
Yeah.
Again, series regular. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if we're getting a different dimension version of
Earth 2 Wells is gonna come, and he's gonna get. They're gonna have to like protect him or something, so he doesn't go to jail.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Because he's like
2 Wells.
Earth 2 Wells is like like they have to protect him from going to jail. So like instead of like trying to get him to go to jail, they're trying to stop him from going to
They
jail.
could be opposite, maybe. Yeah.
Or unless Cisco goes, because I don't know, I don't really know how his powers work, but I'm guessing that he goes in between dimensions. So maybe Cisco goes into the other dimension and sees Wells. I mean, I'm thinking that's how Cisco's gonna work for me.
They said only 1 or 2. There's only gonna be Earth 1 and 2. They don't want to make too many right now, so it's just gonna be 1 and 2.
I'm thinking that's how that works with Cisco.
And it's not. It can't be from like future or not. They said they're focusing on dimension this year, and it couldn't be from the future since that whole lineage is gone now.
Yeah. So
that's my prediction.
Okay. All right. I love the USB thing. It would have been nice to hear the whole thing or whatever.
He was terrified to watch it the entire episode.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm not watching this thing.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah. I'm tired of Wells, and it took almost the whole episode for him to watch it.
By the way, like, props to Grant Gustin. That was awesome acting on not only watching the video, but like the whole.
Yeah, you can see in his eyes like the happiness that he gets from just watching. Like, oh my God, he confessed. Like,
and just like the interaction with like the whole party afterwards, like how happy he was, like having.
Yeah, his dad.
Oh, he's an awesome actor.
Yeah, I love his dad too. I would love to see.
His dad.
I would love to see. I know it's not gonna happen.
Never.
He's like, I would love to see his dad back in a flash suit, like in a different dimension. That his dad is the because you know his dad's
I
would love to see that. But his dad in an interview I watched it or whatever, somebody asked the same question, and he was like. Hell no! He was like, I hated the Flash. And he was like, I remember they had the little lightning bolts or whatever. I couldn't hear, and like I got pissed off that one of the last episodes, me and Mark Hamill were doing it. He's like, I just ripped the ears off of the suit or whatever. And he was like, because I just couldn't. I got tired of being the suit.
My gosh.
But I love how they like always like they bring in characters from the old Flash. Like the mayor in this episode was a cop on the old Flash show. The head of Mercury Labs, Tina McGee, was on the old Flash show. The dad, like I like how they.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill too.
Yeah.
They did an awesome job.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, how Stein got to join Cisco's.
He's like Adam Smasher.
Yeah.
I'll smash him.
They do such a great job. It's like Arrow like trying to stay away from the whole like using the names, but like. They, like the way Cisco does it is great with like giving it the comic book name.
Yeah, he's like, come here, like when he gives him the thing or whatever, he hugs him or whatever. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
And he refuses to acknowledge metahumans exist.
Yeah, Cisco's awesome. First off, Cisco designed the first suit, and well, we'll talk about Arrow later, but he designed some new suit for Flash.
Yep.
So what did you guys think about the new suit?
Dude. Nice.
Yeah, it does, right?
Nice. I love the tactical look to it.
Yeah, it's because it's got a different look to it. It's not just a white symbol. It's a new suit.
A little bit. It's mostly the white symbol. It looks good. It's good how Arrow and him are going more toward what the comics look like. They both look awesome.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the crossover of both those new suits together.
Yeah,
so
that'll be
beautiful.
cool.
That'll be here in probably a couple months, honestly.
They're filming that right now.
Yeah.
They're filming that.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, so
And I love how it wouldn't be a premiere Flash episode without a Run Barry Run.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Run Barry Run.
yeah.
And then you talk about the fight in here.
The what?
The fight. Or,
Oh yeah, I was gonna drop. So the last battle with Atom Smasher deals with which I thought was interesting because I was like. They had to come up with a plan or whatever. I thought it was interesting that the group, because he died, right? Adam Smasher, he died, right?
By the way,
Who knows?
Yeah.
I would assume he would die.
Flash has killed so many
Radiation
villains. Like
poisoning, maybe.
people like.
I just don't. He like I remember he like with Oliver he had to like he was so like mortified by the whole like thought of Oliver like torturing killing people.
Yeah.
But he's
So many Flash villains have died. Like
Yo.
Arrow was the one snapping necks in season 1, but like if you look at the beginning of season 1 of Flash, all the villains are dead, man. Like somewhere or the other. Like,
But
all
he did
like-
say, I remember he did say, I couldn't let you know, hurt anybody else or whatever. I mean, so I get like that's the only. I mean, it's not the only way, but that was a way before he would go and hurt somebody else.
It was interesting because Cisco didn't come up with a way to stop him. They just
They're just
overloaded him with radiation.
yeah. So he wants some radiation. We'll give him some radiation.
Yeah. Which was interesting. He didn't come up with a way, and then the device that he made for the police department didn't work either.
Yeah, the boot.
Yeah, so
I
you
the
can tell
boot.
he's off his game. You can tell he's off his game probably from
Probably
this
from his
whole
powers.
vibe thing
Yeah.
going on.
That was their plan though to do.
I don't know.
To lead him there.
It's
Normally it's
different.
like this is
It's
how we're gonna
different for him.
capture them
Yeah.
and put them inside the cell or whatever. This time they're just like yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that was something touched over, but anyways, the whole setup for that was to be set up for.
Yeah, the whole like team coming back together too. The way they forced the team back together.
Yeah,
because they were trying to like let Barry like finally come to terms and do it, but then it's like forget this.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the team back together, and you're gonna have to deal with
And
it.
I like that because they could have gone on and on with that crap or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's episode 7 and they still aren't together. Like,
They're not talking.
Yeah, I was like, no, I didn't want to see that. So I'm glad it didn't feel forced either. So I like that.
And definitely like as far as like the team, like bringing the team back together. I love the dynamic between Joe and Barry. Like just like the little thing with like the kid flashback to like, him being at the hospital bed. They do a great job with that.
Yeah. So he mentioned Zoom, which was cool. I always love the whole feared aspect of like somebody who's already he's Adam Smasher is already stronger than the Flash, but he fears Zoom.
Yeah.
So I always love dynamics where somebody who is already mad powerful is scared of somebody else. So and he's also a speedster too. So it's like, what's the difference between Flash's speed and Zoom's speed that you're this scared of him?
Yeah.
You know. So so I thought that was cool. I love that whole setup, and then we get to the end with the whole new suit thing, and whose phone is that? It's so unprofessional.
Yeah.
Alex, is that your phone?
You know what?
You're fired!
I'm a busy person here. That is the hospital calling me.
Yeah, so we get to the end, and I lost my place. Alex?
Zoom?
Oh, Jay Garrick, right.
Hi,
Thank you. So Jay Garrick shows up.
Your world is in danger.
And even that look that Barry gives him.
I was kind of hoping he'd be a little older.
Yeah, I mean he's older in the comics.
He's really. I don't know.
This is the CW, so
I
they gotta make him all
wish
sexy.
he was a little older, but whatever. It is what it is. But
Yeah, they gotta
I
make
don't
him
want to
sexy
nitpick
for
at things, but
CW. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded. But I mean, he's got to do a lot of like running and stuff like that too. Yeah. So
but whatever.
who knows? Yeah, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, so that's where the season.
ties like right into the next episode. The next episode is gonna jump like right like
Yeah.
him in the room.
Hopefully they'll do some more explaining as to who and what and how many
Definitely
people
we'll
were
get
from the
that-
singularity.
Well, that goes into I guess the last chunk of this review. Predictions for the next episode. What do you guys? What do you, Alex? What are some of your predictions for next episode?
Just like how episode 1 ended, I think Jay is probably just gonna talk more about who Zoom is, what to expect, all the people that explain the repercussions of what happened. explain what to expect and who's coming, and maybe he knows, or maybe he's already
I will say, like,
seen who's over already.
before going into that too, I did not like the end of the episode right before Garrett comes, and which is the dad being released, and right when he gets released, he's like,
Thanks.
"Yeah, Barry, thanks, peace."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
No, I'm Barry. I'm like, "Nah, bro, you're not going anywhere. What do you mean you're going somewhere?"
Yeah.
I've spent the last 15 years trying to get you out of prison. You're not. Where are you going? Like, so you have like, a job? Like, you got no money? Like, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna stay right here. No, you're not going anywhere.
He's been pen paling with a chick in Star City.
He's like, son, I got some booty that's upstate, so thanks for the piece of I'm like, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm sorry, no, you're not.
Yeah, that was.
But I think the reason why they're doing that
I like the way they
is.
explained it.
I'm not even gonna say. No, I didn't like that. I think the reason why they're doing that though is because Jay Garrick is here, and I think they're gonna have him be another mentor in the replacement of Wells, because there's still so much speed stuff that he's got to learn, which I love the tornado arms that we saw earlier, which is what Wells showed in one of the most
new tricky.
But he's going to show him more about his powers and more about how this works. So I think that's what they're doing with Jay Garrick, not even just answers.
Speaking of that, like I like the whole mentor, like the big brother aspect, because even though Wells was a speedster, it's not like he'd go to a bar or go get some dinner, like talk about being a speedster, because he didn't know, and then when he knew, he wanted to kill him or like stop him. So he can actually go to like, let's go chill, like tell me about how you've done it for all these years, like. And in this next episode, they said that Jay Garrick is going to teach him a new power or a new way to use his powers.
I heard that in his the next episode he has,
and it's something completely new with the show.
Well, I heard Grant Gustin talk. The next episode is going to have something to do with him using electricity.
Yeah, so they showed it in the
or lightning or something.
They showed it in the trailer for the next episode. He like runs and he like uses lightning and throws it.
That is dope.
So look cool.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
That is dope.
So definitely the next episode we're gonna, because the first episode was like about bringing the team back together and catching us up. This next episode is gonna push forward what we're gonna see for the rest of the season as far as Earth 2, Jay Garrick, Zoom. It's gonna be like setting the table for the rest of the season. So we get to learn about all that stuff. The villain for this next episode is Sand Demon, so kind of a knockoff of Sandman from Spider-Man. We'll see how that is.
Yeah.
Honestly, the effects they're getting bolder with the effects they're doing with Atom Smashers. Some things look good, some things are kind of
because
there's a couple things where I was like
with him growing and stuff. That's what
like some of them look good, but then other parts were just like
come
on, you guys can.
I guess I mean. It is what it is. This is still a TV show, so I mean, they've still pulled off some.
They have pushed the threthreshold and they
At least
exceeded
they
every
have
time.
the guts to try it.
Yeah.
And when
At
it comes
least
to
they've
TV,
tested the limits of their abilities on. Segue from my short. No. Yeah. At least they're definitely pushing what they can do with the show.
Yeah.
So yeah. So. We were talking about predictions. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So as far as you think they're gonna.
I don't know, honestly, like, when obviously he's going to have interactions with Jay. He's going to learn more about his powers, learn new tips and tricks on what to do, how to hunt these guys down from Earth 2. Hoping Cisco can learn more about his powers now.
Yeah.
Get a handle on those, trying to figure out
Interesting if
what
Garrett
it means for him.
knows Cisco from another dimension and see what he can do as well.
There's
like,
so
I know you. You're vibe.
So many possibilities for things that like.
Because he's Wells' replacement for answers. So it's like, I know you. You're vibe or whatever in this dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, Caitlin, you have powers too.
Yeah.
Like
You're better.
you're crazy. You're Killer Frost.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing answers from the next episode. I think for me on my side with the I'll let you go. Predictions wise, I think we're gonna get some more answers for Cisco. I think Cisco is probably gonna have more of a shine for it because I feel like they're not gonna waste any time. So I feel like Garrett is gonna give answers for Cisco, Barry, and I think he might even mention Killer Frost. But he's gonna explain the whole threat as far as Zoom and exactly why it is. And I would also, what would be interesting? Because he knows Wells. Remember when that thing spit out? When his helmet spit out?
Yeah.
He was like, that's my cue to leave.
Yeah.
So how many times have him and Wells interacted and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So he knows Wells. Oh yeah, I know Fawn. I know him. Yeah. So I'm interested in seeing how that works. 'Cause I remember that. Yeah.
Well, if he goes through different dimensions, then that has to mean that Jay knows him.
Yeah. So this is I'm excited for next week.
Yeah,
What
sure.
about you? You got anything that we didn't
The
touch on?
possibilities for like Earth 2 and alternate universes like are endless for like
Yeah.
other versions of people. This week they're gonna also not only introduce Jay Garrick but Patty Spivot, the new love interest for Barry. She's gonna be a cop that works under Joe.
Yeah.
And I like how they like kind of paying an homage like the two Flashes, like from the original comic that it came in. So they're gonna introduce those things. I feel like Barry's not gonna trust Jay Garrick at first because it's kind of like we went through this
We
before.
did this already. Yeah.
And I got backstabbed, so
Yeah.
it's gonna take some time to like develop that bromance.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the end it'll be cool, like the big brother aspect of Flash, where he can like kind of because Arrow can teach him certain things, but you can't teach him
I
Flash.
bet you Jay is faster too.
Yeah, I bet. And he knows how to use his powers better too.
Yeah.
But supposedly Jay is like more hardened and crusty, so like it's gonna be a dynamic of like Barry's trying to like bring that life and light into him, and he's gonna teach him like the knowledge aspect.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be interesting.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
yeah, so this is our first run through. We posted a video before.
Season 2, episode 1.
Yeah. So but this is our first run through. Next week we'll have we'll be back here again. We'll have posters on the back, and we'll have some more knickknacks or whatever. We got that courtesy of Luke. We got the Reverse Flash. We got his comics and all that other stuff too. So yeah, so we'll definitely be a little more official next week.
and be sure to like tell us ways we can improve things you did like.
Yes,
things you didn't
definitely. Like go in the comment section and let us know.
comment,
Subscribe. Yes, subscribers would be
Let
nice.
us know what you think.
Yeah, if the video's too long, we need to shorten it down. Whatever you think that we.
If you want me to sit in the middle, let me know. If you want my shining face in the middle.
Yeah, so let us know if you don't want any Mexicans in the area. If you need us to get.
No Hispanic love, like Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna build that wall to keep them all out. But who's gonna build the wall? Mexicans are gonna build the wall. Anyways, I'm Martindale.
Alex,
Luke Morris.
signing off.
And this is MAGARA.